We've got this amazing project that'll be installed called Big Sculpture. That's led by our CIAF curator, CIAF Yarns. He's kind of pretty much worked on that this whole time for the past couple of years, getting all the artists in and working very closely with each piece of art, with the artist. There's 17 works just in that project alone.
My name's CIAF Yarns. I'm from Injinu, and my country is Yangamuti and Yadakana people. I worked with Janina Harding, our artistic director, and Tony Albert, and there was three of us that co-curated this showcase. The idea was to work with artists to upscale their works or come up with something new and something that sort of challenges their current practice.
What I've tried to do in my role is to actually elevate artists, visual artists and all the performers that we have at CIAF, to expand the program and expand our footprint so we cover the whole state instead of just the northern parts of the state, which is what previously has been done. From the tip of the Torres Strait all the way down to the southeast corner of the state and then into the central Queensland, we kind of cover all those regions.
And make sure artists are represented from all the different regions, art centres, independents, commercial artists that are with commercial galleries, and local artists, of course. Simone Arnold, she's art centre manager at Yarrabah and covers fashion, photography, sculpture. She's showcased works in art awards around the country, and we were excited to have her in the showcase.
My name is Simone Arnold. I'm a proud Kanganji woman. The Big Sculpture exhibition for me is about depicting my family through the Yarrabah Tyndale report, and it shows all of our ancestors. So my family are the Joinby family. The family tree is represented from trees that I've actually obtained from country, and I've also sourced clay from country as well. So everything's laid with, objects from country, and I've made that into a bookcase. So that bookcase and wood from country represents my family tree line. It's not just about, art's about expressing. What are you going to express, What do you really want to express and educate? And that for me is the truth.
Uncle Peter Morrison, as we know, is a fantastic drawer. Works of the mangroves and fish, I think, is sort of iconic, and he's one of the artists that have sort of pushed his practice. So he's really stepped away from working on paper, and you'll see his work. It's engraving on acrylic panel, and it's shifted from what he normally does.
My name is Peter Bertie Morrison. My mum and dad was from St. Paul's and Mabiog. I got this idea from my other mate. He was in TAFE, and it's the story just under just a mangrove, and the language is Thug, but we call it too mangroves. And it's just underwater scene of the fish going through the mangrove roots. When people see my artwork in CIAF, I hope they appreciate it.
Uncle Ian's been around for a very, very long time, and his totem poles are quite, iconic. And his works, it talks about country, the landscape, trees in particular. That's his totem, the bloodwood tree. And it's great to have someone of his caliber in the showcase and from up North Queensland, just to show the strength of what artists are doing and especially for him, what he's done over a long period of time.
My name's Ian Waldron. I'm from Normanton or Karumba up that way. That's our country, Kurtaja. We're a Kurtaja mob. This is a rendition of bloodwood trees, which is our clan totem. And on top of the totems are black cockatoos, the palm cockatoo, which is my totem. They started out looking more like bloodwood trees, and then they they've developed into different ones over the years. And so this one here is a more natural ochre type poles, and the colours are represented from up that in the country where we come from up there, like this one, this ochre and the black and the green, and, you know, like that. And it's the clan, and so it is, you know, really personal to us. The black cockatoo, that's the palm cockatoo, which are only on that side of the Gulf. They're over there, they come from New Guinea right down that side, and they're very rare. And that is my totem, which was given to me when I was a young fella. Or they say that if you paint your totem, it will give back to you, and it has.
Brian Robinson is an iconic sculptural public art. You can see everywhere in Cairns, in particular the lagoon, the woven fish. His works looks at the Captain Cook voyage to Australia, Joseph Banks being the first botanist.
My name's Brian Robinson. I'm a visual artist living in Cairns, Queensland. My mob are Maluligal mob from Moa, as well as Wutiti mob from Shelburne Bay, and a few other bloods, you know, sort of mixed in as well. This work that I've, you know, sort of created is a sculptural work that really looks at the idea of that, you know, initial discovery of the country by, you know, sort of outsiders. So Joseph Banks and Solander went out and they spent several weeks, you know, looking at new species in Google Yumithir, you know, sort of country. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people were, you know, sort of taught how to respect, you know, respect the environment, you know, sort of be at one with the environment, and not, you know, sort of trod and trample over everything. You walked with the environment basically, and, you know, and that's where you lived, worked and played. And so a lot of the works, you know, really speak about that connection that traditional people did have and continue to have, you know, that stems back, you know, sort of 60,000 years.
Girigan Art Centre artists specialise in 3D works, in particular the bargul, the fire stick, and the jawans, a big basket. So their concept for the showcase was pretty spectacular with the family, so the Beeran family and Denham family. They got permission from the family to use a traditional story of the two sisters trying to catch a barramundi, and obviously that is sort of a creation story for them. It's one of the biggest work in the showcase too, so we're excited to have it in the show.
My name is Joan Rousseau. I'm a Western Yalanji woman. I was born and raised though on Nawagi country. I actually gave the task to Nephi Denham, who's our studio assistant. And I tasked him with, you know, what do you think we could present from Girigan? And he came forward with this Barramundi, the leap of the Barramundi story.
In Mariappa and home is a valley, it's a valley itself. He had that channel going in and out from fresh to salt. Two elderly ladies watched him come in and out for a few days. And they said, oh, we'll catch this barramundi for our dinner, of course. And they blocked the spot off where he was coming in and out of. And they also put another one at another little stream there that was there. And he done a couple of laps up and down. And in the process of coming back down, they threw the barra frog out to also try and catch him. But because he knew that basket was blocking his other way back out, he took that last big leap and he hit the frog as well, and then he leaped way over, and in all that motion he took all that water out with him. So at Mariappa is, one way in, one way out. It's a valley, and it's how Mariappa has come to be.
Delisa Walker's sort of risen above what she usually do, and it's the dilly bags in her family. They call it a kakan from Yalanji. They use a protected species of the black palm fiber, and she's done, you know, amazing dilly bags passed on to her from her grandmother, Wilma Walker. She's come a long way over the years, and for this showcase, she sort of presented an installation, a little dilly bag with sort of this draping mat that she's now sort of well known for, and I think that was really exciting for myself, Tony and Janina to see.
My name's Delisa Walker. I'm a traditional and contemporary artist. Because I lived in Daintree with my mother and my nana was in Mossman, but I went to school in Mossman, it was a big drive to go to school every day, so I spent a lot of time with my nana and living with my nana, and she was always weaving, and there'd be a big mob from Kuranda, he'd be sitting in the front yard weaving, and I'd walk through the gate and she'd be like, "This is my granddaughter," and she's learning to take it on. And so she was really known as that old woman, old person that kept that tradition going. I wanted to make a piece that never ends. So the special thing about a mat is if you keep adding to it, it will just keep growing. And that's how I feel about weaving. If I keep teaching, and my daughters have now started weaving, and they keep teaching, then it never ends. So that's what's beautiful about a big mat. It's a special piece because it is a lot of stories. It's my story, it's my grandmother's story, it's my children's story, and then it's gonna be, their children's story, because it's just, like I said, never ending if you can keep going with it.
Francois has been involved in the art for a long time now too. Interior designer, through Indige Design, their company, and fashion designer, curator. And Francois, I think, took on the idea of ghost nets being from Torres Straits. She pretty much built the frame out of aluminium, and Alex, her son, helped her with that side of things, and then sort of dressed it with ghost nets and woven stories onto the side, and that I think is an outstanding piece.
I'm Francois Lane. I'm a Meriam and Kurrareg woman from the Torres Strait, both Aboriginal and Islander. The inspiration for the piece is from my sister-in-law. We went out early one morning, sunrise, and was fishing off the wharf of Hammond. And my sister-in-law, and us were going for it, she cast a net for sardine, and then we're getting that fresh sardine, putting it on the end of the line while it was still kicking, and throwing it out to get fish. My daughter took this beautiful photograph of Cos as she was casting the net, and it just looked so beautiful. It's like a real professional shot. And she was wearing an island dress, so it's like, how many people wear island dress while they're fishing and casting, and so she was casting the net, and just the hem of her dress looked so beautiful with the same way the net was being thrown out. There was that repetition in the lines of the dress and the angles, and then the beautiful colour, the blue in her dress and the blue of the water behind with that sun coming up. And it was something that really just stayed, a visual memory that just stayed with me. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do for the sculpture. This is what's going to inspire it. The women of my family are masters of country, and that knowledge is passed on. And so some of that knowledge and the storytelling of that it forms the pattern on the dress of the sculpture.
I've told all my family to come and, actually come to CIAF, see big sculpture, bring your kids so we can educate them as well.
We've learnt, that we are able to tell our stories. It's because of the time and space we're at. It's our words, it's our stories, it's our truth telling, and it's our time to do that. And then, we have that opportunity through CIAF.